translate in front of me. One thing I gotta read to you. It's important for me to close.
What is this?
It's like a camera to me. Have you and I been on camera here? So the camera's facing the wrong direction.
There is. I want to ask, how many of you in this room right now know the Chinese classic called Tao Te Ching? Okay? Some of you do. So some of you never heard of Tao Te Ching, or a sagely person we call Lao Tzu. Okay, so good. It's good for me to introduce people. There is a tiny little book about 5,000 characters in Chinese. Goes back for thousands of years. It was at least 500 years before Christ was born in China, in that period. It was collected 81 verses of poetry by a teacher or collected by the teachers, disciples, or students of the wisdom of the Tao, the way of life. We call it the Book of the Way and Its Power. It's a great little book of only 5,000 symbols, 81 verses of poetry about the power of following the way of Tao. It's a book, other than the Bible, most translated book in the whole world. If you haven't heard about it, haven't been able to utilize it, you ought to. It's a perpetual wisdom book you need to know. So those of you who are young, you just expose yourself to the idea of Tao. When you study in school, sometimes we call it Taoism or Taoistic study, which is not quite right, because the way Tao is explained doesn't have a box. You do not put Tao into an ism. So to say Taoism is already not very Tao. Okay? If you call yourself a Taoist, you are really not a Taoist. You're just a person who wants to put yourself into a Tao box. And the Tao box is really a quick food outtake. You have to have a little Chinese restaurant box. Chinese food, they always come in a little box. It's easy takeout. You don't want to easy takeout Tao Te Ching, okay? So you need to transcend the ist or ism. Now, you're going to take your whole lifetime to enjoy learning that. I have memorized some verses of this since I was a child. And it's been decades and decades of learning, and I'm still learning, and I'm still opening every time and learn new things from every verse forever and ever. So I want to just tell you, it's a very valuable book. Many of you need to somehow find a copy in the library, borrow one, or go to a bookstore and get a version of English language that you read mostly. And begin to study and ask your teachers. And I think some of your teachers, you have had Tao Te Ching class, don't you? So if you study Chinese philosophy, you must encounter Tao Te Ching. Okay. So anyway, just reintroduction for Tao Te Ching. So whatever you do in the future in your study, pick up a copy, learn to read something about Tao Te Ching. Today I have only one verse I want to share with you, which is timely, important. Very timely, very important. It's verse 17. Verse 17. There are 81 verses, but verse 17 is most timely right now. I'm going to read to you. Guess what? It's about leadership. This is verse 17. I'm going to do it in Chinese first for you, so just get a sense of it. Because no matter how I translate to you in English, there's always something lost in translation. I have to elaborate on it. But just listen purely in Chinese and see if you understand Chinese. When I read in Chinese, I would like you to conjure up your own sense of how you feel about what it means to you to be a leader what is leadership in your sense of idea. Whether you wish for a leader you want to have to be your leader, or you wish for yourself if you happen to become a leader. Okay? So as I read in Chinese, I want you to contemplate on either you think those are the qualities what leader ought to be, or if you become a leader, how you should be. Just allow the thought to float around a little bit as I read in Chinese, okay? It's individual. Your time. 太上下之有之，其次亲而誉之，其次毁之。信不足焉，有不信焉。忧兮其贵焉，功成事退，百姓皆为我自然。Very short poem. 17, verse 17. About 3 lines, very few characters. I'm going to read it again for you. 太上下之有之，其次亲之誉之，其次惠之，其次毁之。信不足焉，不足信焉。忧兮其贵焉，功成事遂，百姓皆为我自然。Okay, a rough translation, first one. The highest level of leadership is the person whose existence most people hardly know they exist. Next comes the leader whom everybody loves and praise. Then comes the leader everybody's afraid of. And keep coming down. Then comes the leader everybody despises and defies. When you are lacking in faith, in trust as a leader, others will be unfaithful to you. The sagely person is using very few words. When his task is done as a leader, when his work is accomplished, things have been done, all the people will say, we have done it ourselves. Now this is quick translation first. I'm going to do it again. I will keep adding a little more insight. The most valued leader or the most enlightened leader is the one hardly be noticed by people, almost invisible. They do things, just do it, you don't have to. Next to it are the people, are the leaders, always gather a lot of praise, a lot of honor, and love. And next come to the leader who make everybody afraid. And then keep coming down, the leader, everybody realize how bad and you despise that person, you really defy that person because he's so low down leader. Because when the leader is lacking faith in the people they lead, the people they lead will be unfaithful, will lose faith in the leader. The sagely enlightened leader is the person who don't talk much, but only get things done in an invisible way. When things are done, accomplished, and most people, the people will say, oh, we've done it ourselves. They don't take credit. They don't boast. They don't take credit. I translate this with Chinese calligraphy and with my colleague, friend, Amory Lovins, who is the head of the Rocky Mountain Institute, who has been one of the most wonderful advisor and teacher about how to save energy. And you can Google him, Rocky Mountain Institute, rmi.org in Snowmass, Colorado. And his name is Amory Lovins, Rocky Mountain Institute. He has been listed as the most influential people in Time magazine for many, many years. He has advised people all over the world. He has advised leadership and lawmakers about how to save energy, how not to pollute. And he's a wonderful, wonderful genius of a person. And I am very grateful to have him as a friend. In fact, every time I go to China, for the last 3 years, 3 times he went to China. He worked with Amory and his wife when we go to Shandong. Every time I go to China, he already signed up. Yeah, he goes to China to advise, but he never sees China, he says. He goes from the airport to the meeting, to the hotel, and fly away. So when I go to China, he follows me. We study in China, we go to places to meet people, and he loved it. His name is Amory Lovins. You should Google him, Rocky Mountain Institute, and read his book, read his suggestions, how to be energy efficient in life. He's been talking about how to use light bulbs, how to insulate your house, how to do things. Wonderful, wonderful genius of a person. Okay. Amory Lovins, yeah, Rocky Mountain Institute. When I brought him to Wuyi Mountain Institute that year, maybe not your year, and I arranged a lecture for him for the university, and the party secretary at the university invited everybody to listen to him. We spent a whole day to get his PowerPoint all right, get the best translators to help him. So he gave a talk. And the party secretary and principal, president of the college sat next to me. After we heard his talk, the party secretary went on stage and said, "Memory, you need to get a Nobel Prize." Yeah, it's that kind of reaction. China knows how important energy saving is. He's the kind of person. And he and I realized early in the day about how important for leadership to learn through the Tao from this book. So we created a poster called the Tao of Leadership. And if you Google Rocky Mountain Institute or us, you will find the poster. In fact, we have made it available now. You can actually get it. Tune in, you can get it. We have made it. You can actually get it. So the Tao of Leadership. And I'm not going to elaborate anymore. If you just Google Tao Te Ching, verse 17, you can read the text. And then you can deal with what you think, how we can find a way, the whole world, to create, to nurture people who become leaders properly, to save the world rather than to ruin the world. So I think it's timely, it's important for me to add my teaching without any overt judgment or taking sides, or like this morning when I answer questions. But you have all the tools of learning. You can tune in to find your own answers, to contribute in your participation in making the world a better place. It's there. Thousands of years ago, the wisdom is there. It's up to you to learn it, up to you to apply it, up to you to write to your congressman or your senator or your local public servant, okay? Or your teachers or your neighbors. You got to participate. You got to learn it for yourself first, so it can be more convincing, okay? And less biased, less one-sided. You got to always be both-sided. Never blame other people. Never pick on other people to be wrong, because you can be very wrong too, from their point of view. But you got to keep on learning. Good learning is everywhere. Yeah, I can only leave some seeds for you this time. And I hope many of you, after this weekend, can find a way to continue to study, pick up Tao Te Ching, study the I Ching, and get some good poetry going. Maybe I'll see you, just like I met him here just as a student. I've taken him to China. He's teaching Tai Chi. He's using it in his life, and I see him still. Okay? So I hope many of you I met for the first time, and will continue to see you in your own way, grow as a human being, continue to study the way of life, and understand Tao without the ism. So before we get up to finish the last round, I want to also properly appreciate Evergreen college for 14 years, inviting me back with all that wonderful people like Mukti, introduction, Hirsch, Jenny, and professors from here coming faithfully every time. And she is one of the most conscientious, wonderful students. Look at her. She's more than just taking notes, she's using it. And she's using, I know every year we have so much to share because she takes it in, becomes part of her learning as a student, becomes a better teacher. Hirsch does the same thing. Every year we consult, we share what we did last year, last few years. We can find something new to share with the student. Okay? All of you, Mukti, every year faithfully, meet me at the train station, take me to the train station, pick me up at the hotel, bring me here. We share, we talk in the car back and forth, and life is full of wonders. Yeah. Many of you met me for the first time. It's just the beginning. Okay, you're going to have the zillion questions I will not be able to answer you. So just hold it until next time we have time. Because many questions you got to ask, I cannot do it in 1 minute. And hopefully you can find time to go deeper. I will welcome you to come to the summer to do my seminar. I've been auctioning all this. We have I think Duke Vivian was the person who actually collected money. You have a funding in the Wonder Collective or through Hirsch that is to support those of you who want to come in the summer. If you have some financial need, and just talk to them. We have some money to support you. I would love to see more Evergreen students come to do seminars with me in Gold Beach. It's a beautiful time for you to come. Many of you have been there. Elliot is not here now, but Elliot, you are here. Elliot was one person benefit from that interest, and he could only come for half a week last time. But I think those few days was very beneficial to you. Yeah. And I hope more people this time. And he will encourage other people out of his experience to want you to come. And I think more than ever, if you encounter, talk to her, Colin with this t-shirt, and he will help you to understand how he benefited from the learning. So all of you, please encourage people to continue to learn. Yeah. So let's all get up, do one more round of Tai Chi before we say goodbye. Okay, let's go to the most familiar piece everybody knows. It's universal, we all love it. And let's go to Bach by Jacques Lussier again. Let's just wing it, okay? Let's wing it. Let's go through all the form we know with the music, enjoy it, smile, and take it easy. And just allow the form to do us. To me, remember, be happy in the center. And collect only the goodies, no junk stuff. Put the right place, no more. Less is more. Tuck under the belt. enjoy pure golden crystal energy right under the belt. Even this, don't keep it. Let it go. Empty yourself. Enjoy a new beginning. Empty. Beginner's mind. Beginner's heart. Beginner. Forever. Perpetual beginner. Learn from the beginning. La 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 la. What happened? Sing. Again, gather the tree and squeeze. Open up. Sky, earth, circulate the chi, and ignite the fire. Oh, your pilot light is on. You're not only smelling gas. You can light up easily now. Okay. All right. Happy birthday to me, right? Be happy in the middle. Enjoy the centering experience. And gather in. Collect the gems. Collect only the goodies. No junk. Only the best, simple things. Take a deep breath. Let it go, empty. Sky above, earth below, human in the middle. Embrace the tiger and happy landing to your mountain town. Ready for your journey. Yeah. Yeah, to be continued, but you have plenty to work with. Just be happy with the new awareness. Wake up your body every morning, find your fire, learn to replenish, learn to be centered, learn to not hoard things, but purify yourself. Less is more, and eventually, even more than ever, keep emptying yourself so you can be unbiased, fresh, open-minded to be every day, to be a good beginner in learning about life. Do not get cluttered by prejudice, by too much superficial knowledge. Okay? There's so much to learn. You're just beginning, especially in college age. Yeah. Look at your teachers. Many of them enjoy teaching in the university like this because they are truly the kind of teacher who are creatively helping you to guide you into your journey. These are special people. I've met all the faculty here. The reason you like to teach in university like this, I can tell, because you feel the wonderful feeling of the student body, the freedom, the way allow the student to be so creatively creating their courses with you, work with you, find new ways, not bogged down by rigidity of curriculum, all that stuff. You're very blessed to have a school like this. And I like the feeling every time I come. So thank you for inviting me, Wonder Collective. Thank you, all the sponsors. Okay. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. So to be continued. Any more announcement? Okay. Again, I think I'm. Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah. I've been. My host here are taking me for dinner, early dinner, but he already mentioned where to go. In case last minute some of you want to come, you're always welcome. But I know you need to watch out the road. You may need to travel. So until next time, okay? And I hope, and then those of you have to deal with all the cleaning up. So also collect the money for the scholarship. So I hope many of you will find your way, okay? So.